Hello, welcome, WJ Burns PHX. This here is a second Montgomery Ward Airline Model 14BR 913A table radio. This one here is also a monster. It has 9 tubes, including the magic eye. It has been completely refurbished inside and out like the other one. This one here did not need to have the top and the front center veneer replaced as the other one did. All the knobs, bezel, push buttons, dial glass, all the plastic parts are all original. This radio was in a lot better shape than the previous one that I did that's available now on eBay, but it's finished in a similar fashion as the other one, in that it is finished in several coats, probably about 8 or 9 coats of clear poly urethane. It has a new back cover with stickers, labels. It has auxiliary input. One here is for a preamp. This one here is just for a regular phono plug, RCA type. The speaker is original. It does have a slight voice coil flutter in it, especially if you kick it over into the super low bass. But other than that, it sounds really good. It has very good sensitivity. It has real good reception on 3 of the bands, and the 4th band there's not much there because it falls in an area that is, we're going to have ourselves a serious storm here in a little bit, so I'm going to wind this up and continue it. There's a little thunder there, and continue it in when I can. So we'll see you then. Okay, it's about 6:30 in the evening, following day. We're going to go ahead and try to do an evening scan of the bands. And the last video, I kind of had to back on this thing. It closed up, and wanted to start this one off by showing you that the chassis has been refinished, and the 2 power tubes and the I guess it's the one of the audio pre-audio tubes has been replaced. I did have 6 V6s in here. It calls for 6 F6s in the Coke bottle style. Either will work, but I wanted to keep this with the same tubes that it recommends, but both will work. And I believe the 6J5 tube was a metal tube like the Sylvanias. You can get these, I think you can get these in glass also, but these are better because they're RF tubes, and the metal can seems to do real well with the shielding, especially inside this closed area. The bass tone switch is a modification, and it's a new wafer switch. Couldn't find any originals, but this three position 3, and it's it's new. I can't remember the damn technical term for it, or what you identify it by, but it's a new wafer, and of course all the resistors and the caps are new on it. That tube's hot, and that one there I think is original. The eye tube is Newell stock, and of course the back is new, handmade, and restrung with a loop, such as it is, antenna that they supplied with this radio. But it works much better if you tie a long wire antenna to it. My long wire goes over there to the corner and then goes across. It goes across there. This is a 10-foot canopy. Goes up the peak to the top and then comes back down around and goes to the corner there and then goes into my shed, where I use the other end to connect to the antenna, to the radio chassis that I do on the bench in there. So let me close this up and we'll get started. Okay, we're all set, ready to go. Antenna's connected, radio's been powered up, sitting there idling, ready to rock. Okay, so we'll turn it up. We'll start on the broadcast band and go up, and then drop down to 31 meters and go back, and then we'll drop to 25 meters and go up, and we'll drop to 19 meters and go back. 19 meters, they're probably not going to be too much on it, but maybe WWV. I haven't seen much in the way of shortwave between 14.9 and 15.5, but here we go. We're headed into a little electrical storm, possibly some rain. You can hear the static build up in the radio. So pay no attention to that guy behind the curtain. Okay, let's see. I'll try to hang on to this and keep from shaking it around so much. Okay. I don't know if you can hear that, but that is KFII out of Phoenix, Arizona, about 120 miles away from here. There's only a few stations here that I know of. I'm not sure where the other ones are. I'm not sure about that one. It might be in the Quad Cities area, what they call the Quad Cities area. Prescott Valley, Cottonwood, Sedona, Dewey, Humboldt. Around in this area, either the valley south of here or this valley. And you can see that the magic guy.
Now the 0-1 pitch to Lamb. Swing and a miss, strike two. This is a tough matchup for Jake. He's trying to pull the ball right now. It's tough trying to pull that slider.
Yeah, you should be able to tune it by ear, but the magic guy gives
wants to get more
those
second to third.
Got a bad hearing, an optical chance of seeing how well they're the station is tuned
ready.
in.
Looks back at Mark. read them in print, but you don't necessarily know the
That
person.
is
You don't know the tone.
Flagstaff.
I've had coaches before. Montana. I'm not sure. I apologize.
That is Prescott Valley,
In Montana,
about 40 miles away. I don't know about that one.
God's word is clear. He took away the curse.
Don't know about that one either.
This is the gospel, or this is the.
Or that one. This is about the time of day that some of these stations drop their power down, and the more distant stations seem to kind of get through. Like I say, I don't know where a lot of these
Based
are.
on the school calendar. So.
Are still obsessed with Frida Kahlo. If you go to Etsy.
That's our local station here. You can tell by the way the tuning eye closed up. It's like a clam. They usually don't close that much. So it's really close. Okay, we'll kick it down to the 31 meter, or up to the 31 meter. However your glass is filled. Okay. We usually get pretty good reception in here this time of evening. Here's WWV.
Big country fun with passion and Roy Silver.
Some of it will drift in and out pretty bad, but some will be pretty stable enough where you could at least keep up the attention to the conversation. Most of them were talk, some were Bible, very little music. They could pick up Cuba, like my Zeniths. They'd bring it in pretty well. But generally on certain times of day, like evenings and maybe early mornings. Okay, that's it for that band. We'll go down up to 25 or down to 25. Let's see what we get here. Picks up my dog real well. Gooby-Doo. Donkey.
De C3VA en su sexta edición de 1979. Comparto nuevamente micrófonos con el profesor Arnaldo Coroantes.
Y aquí les traigo más información relacionada con el maravilloso COVID.
You can tell you get a real strong signal in when you see that magic eye start to
La provincia de Artemisa, en el occidente de Cuba, me amplió vía radio de 2 metros sobre.
start to close up like that, especially on shortwave. Usually it doesn't move hardly at all.
La serie 12AC7.
See if I can keep this thing losing focus here.
Los receptores construidos por él y otros miembros de su caimito Radio Club captan con gran claridad estaciones en la banda a 40 metros de aficionado inmediatamente después de aplicarle la atención B-Flux por primera vez. Funcionaron al momento. Bernardo también me hizo
That might be. We're going to get our butts kicked royally. I see some lightning coming in from the southeast, and usually that means we'll pass. Okay, let's see if we can get this done before it moves in. That there, I believe, is Cuba. We're down on the 25-meter band, and here's how you can tell where you're at. Get this thing to focus up. There's the decals.
No sé por qué, pero suenan mejor las de acá. Todavía recuerdo muy bien ese momento tan especial cuando mi primer receptor.
Okay, and we'll go down to the 19-meter. I don't, like I say, the only thing we'll probably pick up right now is lightning strikes, if that. There's WWV, about 14.5. Yeah, that's about it. Okay. I haven't got any of the push buttons set. I'm going to let the next owner worry about doing that. They're already pulled out. If you're of the age, you can remember back the old 1950s circa cars, maybe even the 40s cars. They had radios that had push buttons in them that you had to pull out and then push back in. You dialed in your station, you pulled it out, and you pushed it in to set the station. Well, that's what you got to do with this. This is mechanical buttons. They're not electronic like in a lot of the Zeniths and in some of the and in all the Philcos. These are full mechanical. You have to move your dial to where you need, where you want it to be, and then pick the appropriate one you want. Pull it all the way out, which these are all already all the way pulled out, and then just push it all the way back in as far as it'll go, and it'll be set to that point. These here are little slots for your little station identifiers. You just cut up a card stock, same size as that. Put your call letters on it and slide it down into the thing. I didn't bother printing up any for this. I'm going to let the new owner do what stations they get in their areas. Now I haven't done anything with the, or let me rephrase that. I didn't do any demonstration of the auxiliary input, but you would turn that all the way over to get phono input, or what I call auxiliary. Nobody uses phono too much anymore I know of. But you can use a transistor radio, or you can even plug a Bluetooth receiver unit into it, and then play it off your iPod or your iPhone or whatever. into there and use the volume control. I don't think the bass and the treble are functional on this setting. At least, not that I can detect, but it does work well on the radio, depending on the volume setting of your volume control. Let's see. Let's get this.
Third innings. Well, you know, when you looked at this matchup on paper, this is one you really wanted to win. Zach's been throwing the ball so good in June, so good even in this month here that you know, you were really liking this matchup, and he just didn't have it today. I just couldn't command his changeup for the most part. Maybe there were some calls too, I think, that hurt him. Obviously, that umpire was all over the place today, but you know, still you have to overcome that too, and they just couldn't do it. But you know, you had so many opportunities in this game, and you just didn't cash in on them. And before we get out of here, we want to both congratulate.
It's a 3-setting D10. Each one. And now I don't know if I mentioned, but the speaker is original, and it has a little bit of scratchy noise, especially if you want to
back on a level of being an all-star. Okay, here are the totals.
I think it's a voice coil rubbing on the thing.
13 at Snorers, Ace Strand 15. The Diamondbacks 3 runs 11 hits. They leave 12. The winning pitcher.
But it doesn't. You can't detect it too much on the mid setting, and the. But if you kick it into the low, you can definitely hear it.
31 minutes, and the crowd 24,000. Age 69. Diamondbacks.
I tried to get it corrected, but it just wouldn't cooperate with me. But it sounds.
Homestand now head out to Denver.
It sounds pretty good. It's got push-pull stage in it, so it will make some noise. And like I say, this radio is a monster. I think it's 24 inches wide by 12.5 inches deep, maybe 13, and it is about 14 inches high, thereabouts. And I think the speaker in it is like a 6x9 or something like that. It's an old speaker, pretty big. Okay, so there you have it. A 1941 Montgomery Ward Airline table radio, model 14 BR 913A. On eBay soon. Thanks for watching.